to my channel. I am super excited for today's video because this is the reason I made my YouTube, because I just wanted to post productivity videos, planning videos, things like this. This is so me. So let's get started. Today's video is going to be plan the year with me, plan your 2023 goals. We're going to do it together. I'm going to go through all of my goals so you can get some goal inspiration. You can plan them with me. And then the second half of the video is going to be a Notion tutorial on how I'm taking my goals and turning them into actionable tasks that I can then implement all year round, so that by the end of the year, I've just had to follow what I'm making now. And I look back and go, oh, achieved all my goals. That's the aim, that's the plan. Fingers crossed that that's where we are at the end of the year, but either way, my planning will be good. So just before I get started, I'm just going to give you an update on my life, because if you've been watching my previous videos, you'll know that I was in Thailand, but I'm home now. I got home probably about 5 days ago. And if you're new here and you've not seen any of my videos, hello, my name is Abby and I finished uni in June. I studied chemical engineering at Cambridge. I did a bachelor's, then my master's. Then afterwards I was like, get me out of here. I'm so stressed out. That was so hard. And so I just booked some flights to Southeast Asia and just went traveling. So that's where I've been for the past few months. But now I'm back, and in 1 month's time I moved to London to start a job in management consulting. So that is a 20 seconds of my life, and let's go. Let's plan the goals for the year. Right, grab a hot drink or something nice. Okay, so welcome to my Notion. This is my homepage, and this is literally where I keep my entire life. I absolutely love my Notion. So we've got keeping organised over here, which is like daily to-dos, my weekly schedule, and then goals, which we're going to fill in today. And then social media, this is where I plan all my social media things. We've got personal development, which is things like books I want to read, my workout plans, recipes to try, business ideas, because you know when you have like little ideas, you're like, oh my gosh, that's going to be $1 million idea. I write them all down in here just so one day I can action them. And my events this month all go on the calendar for the month. Not filled it in yet, so currently I've got 0 events this month. But yeah, welcome to my homepage. Now let's get started on our goals. So clicking goals. Okay, so I've got quarterly goals here, but we're not going to do that first. We're going to first go into our yearly goals, and this is a cute little quote that I put in there just because I liked it. Okay, yearly goals. So first thing I do is I split my goals up into sections that I personally think are important to me, like areas of my life I want to improve in. So we've got fitness, career, social media, personal goals, financial, and Sunday goals. Now, Sunday goals is a weird one. I will come to that, and I will explain it in a minute. It does have good meaning. Okay, so let's just jump straight into it. So let's start off with fitness. So I usually go to the gym. I usually do like weight training at the gym. I've done a couple of like bulks and cuts in my time, but I haven't done one in a while, about 6 months, and I'm not really sure what I want to do this year. I don't really know whether I want to bulk, cut, like, or when. I've not really kind of worked that one out yet, because I've been away from the gym for a few months from being away. It's hard to know exactly what I want. So anyway, what I'm going to do, instead of writing bulk this many times or reach this aesthetic goal, I'm just going to write follow 4 times 10 week workout plans. So that means 40 weeks out of the 52 I'll be following a workout plan, which should result in pretty good progress in whatever direction I want that progress to go as I go through the year. Okay, next up, I want to do something that I don't normally do, so not just going to the gym. And so I want to get better at running. So the goal I'm going to set myself is to run a 10k. So I just think that'd be really cool, just to run a 10k. And also, when you get good at running, I think it gets more fun. Next up, what I want to do, so I'm vegetarian, and with the gym, trying to get like high protein diet in as a vegetarian is so boring. I have to eat the same foods all the time. My diet is so boring. And so my goal this year is to eat new foods, try new things. So I'm going to put try new recipes. Okay, that's enough for fitness now. I don't want to overload myself. Career. Now, as I said earlier, I'm starting a job in London in 1 month, and as I'm not there yet and I've not started, I don't know exactly what to expect. So I think it's silly for me to make detailed career goals at this very moment until I've kind of got my feet on the ground and I can see what I'm actually getting up to see where I want to be going. So I'm just going to put start big girl job, but I will come back to this at some point in the year, I think. Moving on. Social media. Now this is such an interesting one. I would have been so embarrassed to put social media as a heading for like one of my whole goal sections in a video, like in front of everyone. this time last year, because social media is so frowned upon. It screams like laziness and just self-obsession and things like that. But actually, and so I used to be so self-conscious when I was on social media, not about like me, like not about what I was putting out there or anything, more of like people's opinion of me spending time on social media, like creating content on social media, because it wasn't the normal thing to do when you're heading to the corporate world, and it wasn't it was never gonna land you like the best internship, so why are you doing it? But actually over this year I've taken like quite a step back from it and really like had a thought about what a big think about what I want to do. And actually the fact that you can reach so many people, and if you're providing educational helpful content, it's such an incredible platform. So social media is in my titles, and I'm not embarrassed about that, and I'm gonna put my goals down for it. Number one goal is reach 10k subscribers on YouTube. I'm currently on 404, so that's a pretty big goal, but I think it's doable, so we're gonna fingers crossed with that one. Okay, have 2 viral YouTube videos. Now this I just think would be cool. This isn't really like have much reasoning behind it, just would be cool, and also would help me get to the 10k subscribers. And next goal is I want to post 1 YouTube video per week, because this would be so good with reaching the 10k subscriber goal, and just means I'm staying consistent and my subscribers know that they're getting helpful content every week. So yeah, that would be great if I could do that, and I think I can. Okay, next, TikTok. My goal for TikTok is to reach 100,000 followers on TikTok. Now, I currently have like 61,000, I think, which sounds like I'm quite close, but I've literally been so inconsistent and barely posted for about probably a year because of uni and then going away. And so to be honest, I would not be surprised if 61,000 people unfollowed me, which is fair enough. I would understand that. So I need to first of all prove that I could be consistent again and get back on that properly. TikTok is another one that used to really stress me out, because it's like this, seen as like this children's app where people do little dances or these cute songs, and obviously a lot of it is that, but there's also a lot of it that, one, is quite educational, and two, the algorithm on TikTok means that your content can be pushed out to so many people, which is so much better than things like, say, Instagram. If you've got something really useful to say, no one's going to see it on Instagram. Oh, I've misspelled this. Let's fix that. Okay. Next up, I would like to collab with an inspiring creator on YouTube. Oh my gosh, why can I not spell? Inspiring creator. Okay, so that's my social media goals at the moment. Okay, personal goals. I'm so excited for personal goals. So uni for me was just so hectic, like the workload we had was insane, and I never ever just had a moment to think of like personal goals. It'd be how good can I make my essay, or how much maths can I do before the deadline. I never got to think about skincare or like things like that. And so this year is like the first year, probably since I was like 16, because GCSEs, A-levels, uni, that I've been able to take the time to think about personal goals and actually have the time to put them into place. So this is going to be great. So first personal goal is read 12 books of interest. Now this is so exciting because the only books I've read for the past 4 years are like heat and mass transfer. So I'm very excited for a change. And by books of interest, I mean things like finance books, productivity, like things like Atomic Habits, those kind of self-help books. Right, next, give time to skincare. Like, as I said before, never had time for this. I also want to learn basic code on another platform. So at uni, I coded on MATLAB, but I actually realised that we needed this a lot at uni, but coming out of uni, it's not really a very used platform in day-to-day life. And so I want to learn how to do basic code on another platform that's a lot more useful now in the real world, because I think code is a super useful skill to have. Okay, I also would like to create a capsule wardrobe, just because I can't stand my drawers never closing and then still having nothing to wear. That is just something that annoys me every day. So I'm going to change that. Next up is financial goals. My first financial goal is I would like to educate myself on money and finance. So like my head has literally been in a bubble for the past 4 years of just pure uni work. I've not even taken a moment to consider where should my money go? What should I be doing with this? As I start work, obviously then I'm going to be earning money, and I want to know where I should be putting that, what I should be doing with it, and things like that. So I'd like to educate myself on that topic. The next thing which ties in with this is then start investing. I'd also like to be financially stable. Now that is such a big goal like this. What does that even mean? And for me, that literally just means by the end of the year, I hope that I am not too stressed out about like being able to pay my rent, being able to just have money to do the things I do day to day. Doesn't mean I'm going to be financially stable buying houses, just means I'm going to be comfortable and in control of my income and my expenditures. Next, I would like to, this would be a really great one, to pay at least 1 month's rent using social media income. Now, I cannot spell today. I think I can spell, I just can't type. This would be so great because obviously London rent is so expensive as well. So to be able to cover that and then not have to stress about that would just be so great. So that would be a really good one to reach if I get there. Okay, last section is Sunday goals. Now these I'm so excited for, and I came up with them like a week ago. Basically, you know when you get to a Sunday and you don't have any plans and you're either, like, you don't have to be hungover, but you're just kind of worn out from the week, it's a Sunday, and you don't really know what to do, so you just kind of sit on your phone all day, you mope around the house, you don't really get much done, and so you kind of feel quite lethargic and like unachieved for the week ahead. I do not want to fall into that trap too much. So Sunday goals are for when you wake up on a Sunday. You don't want to do like jobs, you don't want a task that's going to be really difficult, like you're worn out from the week. So you open up your Notion and you look at your Sunday goals and you go, I'm going to do one of these today. And it's almost relaxing whilst being productive. So I'll show you some examples of my Sunday goals. Create an interesting piece of art. So on TikTok, I've seen so many times these things where they buy a canvas and they buy like a bed sheet and they buy plaster and then they paint the plaster all over the bed sheet and the canvas, and they make these kind of textured canvases. I'm so gonna make one of them. I just believe I can do it. I might be wrong, but I genuinely think I can do that. So I'm gonna do it. Okay, similar to this one is bake and decorate a cake. But by decorate a cake, I mean really cool decorations, like fancy, kind of one that you'd pay for from like a professional cake baker. I'm not saying I could do it, but I'm saying I'm gonna try. Okay, next, deep clean bedroom, just because this can sometimes be therapeutic and obviously is very productive. Go on a solo coffee date with a book. This will help me achieve my other goal of reading 12 books of interest, and I just think it's a nice thing to do. I love coffee, so to go on my own and just read a book in a coffee shop I think would be really fun. Okay, that's all my goals for the year at the moment. I think I'll probably add Sunday goals throughout the year and add things to my career section throughout the year. I'm just now going to go over them and double check that they're all reasonable SMART targets. So a SMART target is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and has a time frame to be achieved in. Now, I feel like it's quite difficult to make all of these SMART right now without turning them into tasks, but things like, so try new recipes, I'm going to change that to try 24 new recipes. This way, I know that I need to try 2 a month, instead of being like, try new recipes. Okay, what does that even mean? Try 1, try 10, now I know how many. So things like that. Just make sure your goals, you know where the end point of your goal is. Okay, so that's all my goals. Feel free to steal as many of them as you like. And if you do also have similar goals, do comment and let me know, and then we can do them together throughout the year. So now that that's done, we've got all our goals written down and all organised, we are going to turn them into actionable tasks. Now this means you don't just have your goal, look at it and think, hope I achieve that by the end of the year. You have your goal, and then you have little tasks that slowly happen throughout the year, which means by the end of the year you should have achieved your goal. So I'm going to do this on Notion, but feel free to do a similar thing on just your planner, pen and paper, whatever you fancy. I'm going to show you every step I take to turn these into actionable tasks, and then these tasks I'm then going to implement across the year using Notion. So first things first, we want to insert a database. And we want to do this in table view. Perfect. And we're going to call it actionable tasks. Okay. This is going to be the task, first bit. And then here, we would like to change that to just a select. And we are going to call it the goal that each task corresponds to. Okay, we then want another property, and this is a multi-select property. Okay, and we are going to call this one the month that this task is going to be performed. And the reason that's multi-select is because you might need to perform it in multiple months. Okay, and then finally, we just want status to see if you've done it or not, and that does it all for you. Perfect. Okay, so let me show you how I make these tasks. So the first one I'm going to start with is follow 4 times 10 week workout plans. So the task for this is to make a 10-week workout plan, because obviously you can't follow one if you haven't got one. And the goal that this is going to achieve is follow 4 times 10 week workout plans. And there, got the goal. And I am going to do this on every the first month of every quarter. So that is January, February, March, April. Just write April. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, October. So I'm going to make a new plan at the start of every quarter, because obviously split the year into 4. That makes sense. Okay, so now these tasks are put into the months. So then we want to open up, make a 10-week workout plan. And what we want to put here is choose end goal for the 10 weeks. Because within this task, that's one of the things we'll need to do. Okay, next. So let's do how we're going to try 24 new recipes in a year, which is this goal here. So first things first, we need to make a list of recipes to try. And this goal is to try 24 new recipes in a year. Now I want to make this list in January so that it's ready for the year. And then I would like to try 2 new recipes per month. But we don't need to write that there, because we are going to put that in here, and we will write January, February, March, etc. You'll put all the months in there. And that will be, again, try new recipes, try 24 new recipes in a year. So that's all of those. Okay, so I actually did this early, otherwise we would be here forever. So I'll show you my final one with all of my tasks in, and then I can talk you through those. Okay, so these are all my actionable tasks. So we've got run a 10K. I'm going to run 3 times per week. With that, I'm going to increase distance incrementally, and I'm going to aim to complete the goal in 3 months. So I've given myself May, June and July, and that's all clear here. Okay, let's think, how am I going to start my big girl job? Move to London, find somewhere to live in London. I'm going to do that in January. Start the job, that's in February. Perfect. Okay, and so that goes for all of my goals. I've got to split it up into little tasks. So now we're going to make this even cooler. So I'm going to add a view, and the new view is going to be a board view. Okay, so at the moment it's put all the tasks underneath the goal, which is alright, but that's not how I want this to look. I want all of the tasks to be grouped, not by goal, to change this, not by goal, but by month. Now, in April, these are all the tasks I need to complete in April in order to complete my goals. These are all the tasks for August, December. Obviously, you'll put these in month order. So I would grab, there's January, and I'm just going to drag January along to the front. And I'll drag February, March, April, May, June all the way to the end, and then I've got all of my tasks for every month laid out in front of me. I know exactly what I need to do this year to get to where I want to be. Now, if you're unsure why you need to do a task, you can always show the property of goals. You can be like, I'm trying 2 new recipes because I need to try 24 by the end of the year. Like, I need to start a TikTok series because I want to reach 100k on TikTok by the end of the year. Perfect. But we're not done yet. There's more. Okay, so now we've got this all here. There's one more thing I'm going to show you on this, which is kind of cool. And so if you don't like the goals being here on each task, you can get rid of that. And instead, you can subgroup into goal. And what that will do is now in January, to collab with an inspiring creator, I don't need to do anything. Cool. Don't need to do anything to create a capsule wardrobe. Don't need to start educating myself on money. But I do need to start researching skincare products. I need to post 4 YouTube videos. And now I can see each task for each goal. So now it gets even cooler. We've got to the point where we've got our goals. And we've got them all split up into month and into goal and into tasks. But now we're going to go back to where we were originally before we went into yearly goals, and we're going to go into quarterly goals. And what we're going to do in quarterly goals is we're going to split the goals up into each 3 months of the year. So I can now clearly see in front of me everything I need to do in the first quarter of this year to get to where I need to be. Now the good thing about doing this is that I can go, okay, right, let's get started. I'm going to make a start on this January list. When I get to the end of January and I realise, I haven't read a book of interest this month actually, I had too much to do. I'm just going to slide that over to February, and I'm going to put that on February's list. And I can now see, do you know what, I've got less to do in March. I might even put that in March if I need to. Ooh. I'm going to show you how to make it like this in the next quarterly goal. So this is April to June. All we're going to do is import a database. We're going to import it in board view, one we've just been working on. And all we're going to do is go through, click the 3 little dots at the top of the month and hide all the months that are not April, May and June. So April, May and June, keep those. Do not want July, do not want August, do not want September. And now, well, we don't want, I find this, when it does this, it's really ugly as well. Now we've got the next 3 months ready. And this way, my entire year is now all worked out in these 4 little tabs. And what I'll do, so say it's January, these are my goals. I think, what am I going to achieve this week? I will take this into my weekly schedule. I'll pop it in, and then I will take that into my daily to-do. And that is hopefully how I'm going to get through all my goals this year. And by the end of the year, should be living life. So that is the end of my goal planning and the tutorial. Gosh, I just almost dropped my iPad. Anyway, I hope it was helpful. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I just love hearing about people's goals and how they're setting up and things. I find that so much fun to watch. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe. It helps my little channel so much. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Should be a lot more productivity content coming now that I'm home from Thailand.